So more breaking news. This time the WikiLeaks founder Julian Assange has been given permission by a British court to appeal against his extradition to the US. Well, we can speak now to our correspondent Ellie Price, who's outside the High Court in London. So a significant moment for him.
It is a significant moment, but I think we need to be slightly careful in exactly what has happened today. So it wasn't quite the victory, I don't think, that Julian Assange himself was hoping for. Now, he had essentially said he should be able to appeal on 9 grounds. And of those 9 grounds, only 3 were essentially agreed by the British court. Now, one of the most important things that he had argued was that he wouldn't get a fair hearing in the US, essentially because he felt that he was being tried on his political opinions, something that the US had always denied. Now, these grounds for appeal on that have not been upheld by the British court, but they have upheld, as I say, 3 counts of his appeal, which include him receiving essentially the ability to rely on the First Amendment, which is available to US citizens, i.e. that about the freedom of speech. So the fact that he isn't an American, I think there's assurance being now sought that he will indeed enjoy those freedoms that an American citizen would enjoy, and also to make sure that the death penalty is not imposed. Now, those assurances are now being sought from the US authorities. They've got 3 weeks to come back with those assurances, and then there'll be another hearing on the 20th of May. So forgive me, it is all rather complicated. It isn't quite the victory that Julian Assange was waiting for, but nor is it the immediate extradition that some of his supporters, many of whom you can see behind me, who've been here all morning, had been rather concerned, obviously, might be about to happen.
So tell us a little bit about why he's been so keen to avoid extradition.
Well, on the basis really that he feels like he'd spend the rest of his life in a US jail. Now, let me give you some of the timescale, because we sort of forget some of this, don't we, in terms of what happened. So in 2010, Julian Assange released that video that was very well known, very haunting, of a US military helicopter essentially gunning down civilians in Iraq. Now, obviously the criticism at the time from the Americans was that that, amongst other documents and information that he released, had been put security agents at risk in Afghanistan and in Iraq. There were thousands of pieces of information that he leaked. But of course, the argument from many of his supporters, from Julian Assange himself, was that it was, the right thing to do in terms of freedom of speech. Now, after 2010, Julian Assange then sought asylum in the Ecuador embassy here in London, where he stayed for 7 years on the basis of these various legal arguments, in effect feeling that he would be extradited to the US and then would have to face American justice. Now, there had previously been an argument put by Mr. Assange's legal team that he wouldn't face trial in the US, that he had a strong risk of suicide if he were extradited to the United States. Now, that was later quashed, and as I say, over years and years, these legal battles have been wrangling about exactly should Julian Assange be extradited to the US.
Ellie Price, thank you very much indeed for that update on the breaking news about Julian Assange. Thank you.